Hello everyone, I'm Hillary with Dominion Tea, and today I'm going to give you a shortcut on how to make matcha. So why am I giving you a shortcut? Admittedly, sometimes a bamboo whisk first thing in the morning when you're not completely fully awake and trying to stir is not necessarily always going to work for us. But you might want that cup of matcha before you go. I hate doing dishes, so I'm not likely to drop my matcha into a blender container, because then I got to clean the blender later. So if I'm going to shortcut my matcha, here's where I go. I go back to my folding handle infuser. So the infuser I use has got some pretty small holes. It's going to act like a strainer on the matcha. Why do I need that? So matcha is finely ground. In fact, it's ground finer than baby powder. It's heavily electrostatic, so it sticks to itself. So that makes kind of blending it and whisking it necessary in order to disperse it in the water. I'm just going to use my strainer as kind of that disperser with a little trick, thanks to a fork. So here's what we're going to do. This happens to be a 12-ounce cup. Because of personal preference, am going to use just a little over on a teaspoon. Okay, and I'm going to go straight to my strainer over the cup. Keep in mind, you don't want to do that over the counter because some of it's going to come straight down through that strainer immediately. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to pour water. Now, we can have a fun debate over water temperature in matcha. So during a proper ceremony, what you're probably not aware of is the water temperature is actually up at a boil, because the water being poured onto the matcha is going to cool pretty fast in the cold ceramic bowl. You can absolutely brew it colder though if you want to, especially if you're going to do a shortcut like this, around 195 to 175. I happen to like mine down at 175. Personal preference, you're playing with taste here, and that's up to you. So why did I use a teaspoon? I happen to like it when I'm brewing it this way and pretty quick. I'm going to go with a lighter version of matcha. There's thick matcha and thin matcha. It's all dependent upon how much you put in. You want a thicker version, go to 2 to 3 teaspoons. Once you hit a tablespoon, you're going to get sludge, so do be careful there. So what am I doing? Basically, I'm just using my fork and I'm quickly kind of trying to force the matcha out of the strainer and into the water. Keep in mind you don't have a brew time here because you just put that powdered tea straight into the water. What you're trying to do is just get the tea out of your strainer and into your cup. Admittedly, it's not going to always be 100% perfect. You're going to have some days where you can get every ounce of that tea through that strainer, and other days it is clumping like mad and you don't have the patience for it. And that's okay. You can just rinse it off by flipping your strainer over, leave yourself a little bit of room in the cup, and you can pour off the bottom. That'll clean the matcha out of the strainer into your cup, and you're done. And so there's your quick fix in case you want to make yourself a quick cup of matcha without taking out all the equipment. I hope you enjoyed learning more about tea with us. Hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified when we add more videos to our channel. And check out the highlighted videos to learn even more about tea. And last but not least, you can check out all of the teas we talk about in our videos at dominiontea.com.